Patriotic comrades, Jamaica is trying to rebuild after one of the biggest disasters in its modern history. And today we're digging into the biggest unanswered question. Where exactly will the Hurricane Melissa recovery money go? And who's keeping receipts? By the end of this video, you'll understand why this story is way deeper and messier than a simple every dollar will be accounted for. Patriotic comrades, so Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness steps into Westmoreland, surrounded by Caricom leaders, the press, and a country still picking up the pieces. And he makes the promise: every dollar will be accounted for. A bold line, a confident line, a line Jamaicans have heard. Let's be honest, more than once. But today we are unpacking the story behind the sentence, the damage, the pressure, the international eyes watching, and the giant spreadsheet of recovery money that everyone wants transparency on. And stick around, because later in this video we are opening the loop on a huge tension point. Why Jamaica needs to spend fast but also stay physically disciplined. Trust me, this is where the real drama starts. Be honest, what's the one thing you think must be tracked during the Hurricane Melissa recovery? Put it in the comments below. The disaster bigger than anyone expected. Patriotic comrades, Hurricane Melissa didn't just pass through, it tore directly through 5 parishes, leaving 150,000 homes destroyed, nearly 900,000 people affected, US $8 billion in damage. This is one of the most devastating disasters Jamaica has ever faced. Holness admits it bluntly. Half the country's infrastructure has been devastated. But here's the tension and our first cliffhanger. How do you spend billions fast enough to get families rehoused before Christmas, while also proving to the world that you're not mismanaging the money? Hold that thought, because it gets even more complicated. What's your take? Do you think Jamaica can balance speed plus transparency during a disaster recovery? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. The global spotlight. Patriotic comrades, Jamaica has built a reputation for fiscal discipline after a decade of tough reforms. It's the reason foreign governments and multilaterals are lining up with support. Holness frames it like this: one of the reasons we're able to galvanize the multilateral community is because of sacrifices we've made. Translation: they trust us. Don't tarnish their reputation. But here comes the open loop. Will the recovery spending reinforce that trust or put it at risk? We'll answer that shortly. Do you trust Jamaica's disaster recovery process? Why or why not? Keep it respectful in the comments below. The triple principle test. Patriotic comrades, Holness commits the government to 3 guiding principles. 1. Efficiency. Every dollar must hit the highest impact needs. Which sounds great until you realize everyone has a different idea of what high impact means. 2. Integrity. Aid reaches those most affected. And this is where public skepticism tends to spike. 3. Speed. Move displaced families into safe conditions before Christmas. The fastest spending is usually the hardest to track. Here's the cliffhanger. Can a system really balance efficiency, integrity, and speed all at once in a national emergency? We'll come back to that. Which is harder, spending fast or spending responsibly? Drop your vote plus your reasoning in the comments below. The real pressure: spend but don't slip. Patriotic comrades, now we hit the heart of the drama. Holness says we must resist temptations for profligacy. That's the political version of saying everybody calm down. We're not going to throw money around like confetti just because there's a disaster. But here's the contradiction every country faces after a major hurricane. 1. People need help immediately. 2. Money must be spent carefully. 3. But recovery must move fast. 4. And the world is watching closely. That's a 4-way tug of war. And here's the open loop to close the video. Can Jamaica pull this off without the usual political drama? Or are we heading straight towards another accountability showdown? We're almost there. If you were in charge of the relief funds, what would be your first move? Let's hear your genius answers in the comments below. The big picture. Patriotic comrades, this isn't just a Jamaican story, it's a global one. How do small developing states manage billion-dollar disasters without sinking financially? Holness puts it bluntly: our financial situation is of great concern and must be managed carefully. He's not exaggerating. Jamaica was just getting debt under control, almost down to 60% of GDP, and then boom, Melissa reset the progress. This is why the accounting promise matters so much. International reputation, internal trust, future borrowing power, political stability, national recovery confidence. Suddenly, one sentence, every dollar will be accounted for, carries the weight of the entire country's future. Where do you think the biggest challenges will come from? Logistics, transparency, or politics? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Quick recap. Hurricane Melissa caused unprecedented national damage. Holness promises total transparency and accountability. Jamaica's fiscal reputation is on the line. Recovery must balance efficiency, integrity, and speed. Global partners are watching, spending closely. The pressure between fast relief and fiscal discipline is the core tension. Which number surprised you more? 150,000 homes destroyed or US 8 billion in damages? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is seeking to assure Jamaicans and international partners that all Hurricane Melissa recovery funds will be strictly monitored, insisting there will be no waste, mismanagement, or political interference. Speaking during a Caricom leaders tour of devastated communities in White House, Westmoreland on Monday, Holness said the scale of Jamaica's damage demands discipline, transparency management of all relief funding, whether from multilateral agencies, foreign governments, or domestic resources. Well, Holness, all eyes are on you and your Labour Party. You see me? So, make we see if we don't have the physical, not fiscal, the physical discipline not to mismanage the money. Make we see if we don't have the discipline not to give all of the contracts to one single company. Prove to we say or prove wrong. Say unanago pull off no farmer political corruption with the money, with the spending, with the disbursement of funds. Prove to we say the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission we are watching said them now go bust out to the public little fan. They say, hey, millions in Hurricane Melissa relief money was unaccounted for. Prove to we say none of that now go happen. Prove to we say uno know when and how to control uno self, because the international community are watching and your Jamaica Labour Party has been riddled with allegations and accusations of corruption, and clouds are hung over on the head of several corruption scandals. You and your Holness is embattled with the Integrity Commission, a Prime Minister who his statutory declarations has not been certified for the longest while now by the country's anti-corruption watchdog body, and the world is aware of that. All of these scandals wanna say happen, the world is aware of it. It is no secret. All of them know what going on in Jamaica. So, and I like them, I look upon you as this virtuous, morally guided Prime Minister. They are aware of all the corruption scandals where your party under during your 2-term administration, and now we are going into your 3rd term. So all eyes are on you. Make we see if we can resist the urge and resist the temptation, and don't do what we expect you to do. Do the right thing for once. Like, seriously. In your own words, Holness, every dollar will be accounted for, and we'll go hold you to that. So you get the benefit of the doubt. Cause we done so now move with little generator we wanna get, and I talk about all loan and this and that, like a phone generator. Like a uno spend uno hard-earned money and buy the generator them. All know me no soon give one citizen generator. The amount of generator we get donated. So we just say we already see how we now go on with generator, much less like a phone. So let's hope we don't get the relief money. Remember say I no phone money just the same. We no entitled to the money. None of that money must not find its way into your pockets. Is in? Patriotic comrades, you know the hurricane reveal something to me. You see, we as slave descendants, we not used to no farm a good treatment. We never get no good treatment on the slave plantations, and even after, and we are talking about post-slavery, post-independence, we still not get no good treatment from our government or our politicians, with the exception of Michael Joshua Manley, because me have Michael Manley as the best Prime Minister that Jamaica has ever seen. So he is the exception to what me I talk about. So we no know where good treatment look like. We have always been getting the worst, and that we know as good treatment. We know the worst as good treatment. So when we demand quick response from the Prime Minister, you are going to have some slave on the plantation of Jamaica still say, oh no, the Prime Minister for do, he can't do nothing this bigger than him, and he might do everything where he can do. Utter bull crap. We are probably the only people on the planet who don't get good treatment. White people get good treatment from white leaders. You understand? So I'll give this as the perfect example for bring the point home. So even when you are a citizen in a white country as a black person, specifically, we're going to reference America, you can get charged for the same crime, the same offense as a white person. But because the law set up for protect the white person and persecute the black person who is also the former slave of America, when you commit the same crime, get the same charge, but the sentencing is always different. The white person always get less time, less prison sentence, and the black person always get more time, more prison sentence for the exact same crime. So anyway you take it, we not used to no form of good treatment. We not get good treatment nowhere in the world. Not even from your own people, not even from your own prime minister. So your mind has always been conditioned and brainwashed to accept the worstest of treatment as the best. And you're glad to protect it. You're glad to protect the worst treatment when somebody point out say, in our treat we good. So me understand the mindset and the psychology of many Jamaicans where I go and come to the defense of Holness and say, oh, when if it do, and oh you mean when if it do? A leader leads not because he wants to, but because he has to. And so far we see say Holness is no leader. You no need to get no international aid and money for start, move and work. So me said that, fi said this. The fact that you know say people are homeless, people have no food, no water, they have no supplies, only clothes on them back. People are suffer. 150,000 people are displaced and homeless. The mere fact you know all of that, you have to move with speed, efficiency, urgency. Because while you stall, while you wait for international funding and relief, people are suffering, people are starved. People will be hanging on to life by a very thin thread. Or based on everything when me see unravel now, the reason why allegedly he never move and start doing that because he want to leave things as is. So when the foreign people them fly down and the IMF and World Bank and the IDB them fly down, those big multilateral lending agency, they see the carnage and the damage and them all come with sympathy and then checkbooks. So maybe that's why he did move so slow, you know, start do no work and relief efforts like that and go show off the people them and them and say, oh, but you're good man, you don't need no help, you don't need no money. So me I assume so that is why they leave things as is for like 3 weeks now. Don't realize they don't stop see helicopter them a fly overhead because it is also expensive to keep the helicopter there in the air. That is why at the first time we see the helicopter there where come from upper JDF. Normally we see the regular old style helicopter them. So patriotic comrades, because we not used to no form of good treatment, we don't know what good treatment look like, we don't know how to demand good treatment, we don't know how to expect good treatment, we don't know how to require the best of treatment from our government and make nobody treat we like the worst or the least. As the taxpayers, we are the boss of the government, but for some reason, we've been brainwashed and manipulated for not even recognize or acknowledge that fact. Where your MP, for the most part, don't represent your interest in the House of Parliament. Then quicker to represent the interests of big business and the people who donate to them political campaign, but not their constituents who then come around and I beg to vote for them when election time come around. As me say, we not used to good treatment, we don't know what it look like, so we just accept the worst as the best. Cause that's all we've been conditioned to accept. That's all we used to. We don't know nothing else. So when someone like me come out and speak and I say, no man, you can't treat me like that, that is foreign to enough Jamaicans. Cause they must say, Lord, Prime Minister alone, he must do everything we can do and this more than him and ray. Who know and who I go get it, I go get it. And if it will go over your head, it will go over your head. Patriotic comrades, so where does this leave us? A massive disaster. Billions in recovery funds. international partners watching, citizens anxious, a government promising absolute transparency. The only question now is, will the accounting match the announcement? Will the spending be fast and clean? And will Jamaica pull off the delicate balancing act? We'll be tracking every update as it happens. If you want breakdowns like this, the drama, the context, the analysis, hit like, subscribe, and click the end screen playlist to dive deeper into Jamaica's biggest political and economic storylines. What part of this story shocked you the most? I'm curious to see if everyone noticed the same thing. Let's hear it in the comments below.